Hi guys, Tubbs McGee here again, coming to you live from the island volcano Tek Cave entrance. We are about to run the Ascension for the island, and I'm going to show you guys the easiest way that I have found to do it. It's not going to work if you are running the ultimate arc experience, because you need to go and get a rock drake from Aberration. But the easiest way for you to run this Tek Cave and get down to the Overseer and get your island ascension is from the back of one of these scaly invisible beasts. You're going to want to do all the tribute farming, get yourself ready to rock and roll, and you need a nice basic set of primitive tech, a decent level shotgun, and a half decent tech rifle. Get your rock drake. I've gone for a slightly higher level saddle than you probably need because you can do it without taking a single hit, as I'm about to show you. And then all you need is some med brews and cactus broth. And as you can see, the guys up in front forgot their cactus broth because they immediately drew aggro. And all you do is take it nice and slow, stay invisible, make sure your cactus broth's still running, and you can avoid every single mob all the way down the ramp. You can even walk right up to most of them. And you're just going to take it nice and steady, keep into the walls and the ceilings as much as you can, and just work your way down. So I like to try and stay on the walls and ceilings above the paths as much as possible because Ark likes to play games with me, and it has dropped me from what I thought was a perfectly good wall straight down into the middle of the packs of aloes and all the fun stuff that you find down there on the floor of the Tek Cave. I mean, as you can see, there's a gigatail swinging there. Glide where you can, but obviously keep an eye on your stamina. I'm not too worried at this point. I've got 5,000-ish on this rock drake. And there are a few points, like where we are here, where I'm just waiting for the other guys to make their way through, where you can stop and regain some stamina if you need to. They're not always in the same place. The other dinos do spawn in sort of irregular intervals. Okay, so as you come around this corner, you'll see where my buddy Shorther down there has stopped. You will be able to see the sort of force field effect over the main entrance to the teleport pad. Now this is where you're going to want to jump, and if you've taken quite a while to get down to this point, you're going to want to hurry because there is usually a giga directly outside this portal entrance. Now you need to start worrying about hypothermia. As you can see, it's minus 28 at this point, and it is like this all the way through the fight. You could wear fur legs, fur gauntlets to keep some of the cold out. I usually just use the med brews. It's much easier, quite frankly, and you get the bonus of being able to boost with the tech legs if you need it. Now, if you have managed to draw the aggro of some of the dinos coming down the ramp, they will follow you all the way here. So if you're cryoing your animals, you may need to hurry and account for the fact that there is a 1 minute teleport timer when you hit that button. As you can see from the in-game chat, the other guys that drew the aggro almost immediately as we entered the cave are not going to make it back, and they're not going to make it down to this point. We're just going to do some quick movie magic here, just because you don't need to stand and watch the teleport pad do the 1 minute countdown. I don't really want to sit and watch the teleport pad do the 1 minute countdown either. Okay, so when you get teleported, you will find yourself in this hallway, which kind of gives you a bit of an insight into the background behind the arcs and just how much is going on. As you can see, all 3 boss arenas are visible from the control room of the arc for the Overseer. And as we move through the hole, just bear in mind, obviously you are under hypothermia conditions unless you were smart enough to use fur. So whilst it is very cool looking around, and there are a few explorer notes which obviously help you along the way with the story, you do need to bear in mind you will be losing health. So for those of you that don't want to stop and have a look around and take it all in, all you need to do is run along the hallway and you'll come across this door. You cannot get lost, it's one direction only. And as you enter the door, make sure everybody's hanging around together. You'll find yourself in this big antechamber. As you can see Earth, you can see the other arcs, and you can see all of the Overseer's map. As you move into the chamber, you will get some very loud noise. I realise I have no game sound at all at the moment. I didn't realise my game chat and my party chat were linked, and nobody needs to hear what was going on in that party chat. There was a lot of swearing and a lot of cussing. So you'll just have to put up with some lovely background music and the sound of my dulcet tones. So once we've sorted out people that forgot food and drink, the Overseer will start to spawn. You'll get some very, very loud music, and the fight begins. I realise it says across the top of the screen, time remaining 50 minutes. Don't worry too much about that. I have done this several times solo, and once the timer counts down to 0, it just disappears. You don't lose access to the fight, you don't die, unlike in a lot of the other boss fights. So the Overseer spawns in defence units and attack drones. This is where the tech suit comes in very handy, because you don't have to deal with the defence units, you just have to worry about the attack drones. Making sure you stay at a reasonable height, and you'll see why in a minute. All you need to worry about while the Overseer's got its force field up is just the attack drones. That's why I use the shotgun, because it's just a little bit more efficient and you don't have to be quite so accurate. once the overseer's finished spawning things in, it's going to move around with this sort of blue bitty aura around it. That's when it is vulnerable. The Tek rifle does the most damage, but obviously you have to be quite accurate and account for the delay in the projectiles reaching. The shotgun does plenty of damage, especially if you've got server cap, 755 damage. And the defense units will literally just roll around and just, well, ignore you, quite frankly. These lasers stun you if they hit you, and once you've done a certain amount of damage, the overseer will stop. He'll spawn in some more attack drones and defense units, and while he's doing this, he is totally invulnerable. You can do nothing to him. So obviously you can see even at alpha level with just the two of us we're doing a decent amount of damage. Obviously the idea is to get as many people in as you can to do as much damage as you can. Just got to take a small break from dealing damage now that the Overseer has transformed into the Dragon, which is going to cause us some problems, as you are about to see, because a certain individual forgot to bring any food with them. And this is where I made the point about not flying too low, because the Dragon uses the fire breath, but it will only use it when you are in range. So if you're seeing flames, fly higher, and then further down the line the Overseer will transform into the monkey and also the broodmother. Now the monkey throws rocks and they will one hit kill you, even with a decent set of tech and crazy amount of health, they will one hit kill you. So just best to keep your distance, fly nice and high, and just rain down holy hellfire from above. If you can get the Dragon to sit still, the most efficient way to do this is with the Tek rifle. As you can see, it just absolutely melts it. We're going to speed things up a little bit here because this is basically the whole fight now. We just fly around. You're about to see my buddy die because he flew too close. And that's it, he's gone kaput. So now it is just me flying around dealing damage from above. You can comfortably do this on your own as long as you have bought enough ammo. And this is it, simple as that really. I'm just going to leave this running and let you guys enjoy the victory. I nearly forgot to mention early on, obviously, whilst you are flying around in the tech suit, you can't use your med brews, you can't eat, or you can't drink. This is easier when there's a group of you, because one of you can maintain the aggro of the defense units and the attack drones and so on, so that you can each take it in turns to sort your health out, because obviously you're losing health the whole time through the hypothermia without getting hit by anything. So you are going to need to land every now and then. I recommend doing it when the Overseer is in its sort of ball state, rather than when it's imitating one of the other bosses, because they will just constantly come for you no matter what. But yes, it's just worth bearing in mind that you are going to have to land at some point. Okay, so you're about to see what I was talking about earlier with the monkey. There goes one. This is why I recommend that you keep a decent distance up off the ground. Those rocks are an instant kill. I can confirm they are 100% an instant kill. Every time I've been touched by one, goodbye. No more boss fight. So, like I say, the easiest way to avoid death in this fight is to just stay up nice and high out of the way, because he has got some serious reach on him, and he's pretty accurate too. Okay, so we're going to do some movie magic and get you to the final couple of seconds of the Overseer fight, because as you can see, the fight is very much rinse and repeat. You'll get 2 iterations or 2 rotations of the island bosses where the Overseer transforms into the dragon, the monkey and the brood mother. This is my second run of the dragon now, but it is very much a rinse and repeat. Just keep dishing out that damage. Obviously the more people you've got, the faster it'll go, so we'll just speed things along here just a touch. Alright, that's much better. That's a much better sight on the health bar there. So as you're about to see, as you get further towards the end of the fight, the Overseer boss, Broodmother, and the monkey and the dragon, they all have a much lower health bar, which obviously, as you get towards the end, helps very much. You're about to see what I was talking about with the timer. It just goes into minus figures or disappears. And here we go. Here comes a victory on Alpha Overseer on the island. Okay guys, thanks for watching. I hope that helps you get your first or potentially an easier way to get your Overseer kills and to get your island Ascension. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.